What's up, man? You ready for a walk? Let's go. What's up, guys? Another beautiful day, another beautiful walk, and another great shot of Iroh, my boy, out here doing his thing, getting the sniffs in, getting the getting the peas in, getting the licks in. He's having the time of his life, and I am here for it. I love getting out with him. It's so much fun. It's such a break from the foolishness of the world. And today, I'm actually going to talk a little bit about some of the foolishness of the world. So let's talk about DEI. Let's rip the band-aid off. So let me just get this out of the way. The phrase diversity, equity, and inclusion. That phrase is essentially the right's version of the N-word. Let that sink in. We've heard the term DEI hire, ending the woke mind virus. It's condescending, contrite, and pathetic when DEI is something that we all either have or could have benefited from. DEI is a good thing, but when you break it down and you try to just substrate it into this small little contrite term, it's always going to appear bad. But that's definitely what they want to do. So never did I think I'd live in a world where people that have already made it would hate to see someone else make it, albeit from a different background, race, sexual orientation, or religion. Welcome to America. Welcome to America. So now that I've offended about 50% of you, deservedly so, let's define the term. So in the United States, diversity, equity, and inclusion are organized frameworks that seek to promote the fair treatment and full participation of all people, particularly groups who have historically been underrepresented or subject to discrimination based off of identity or disability. Based on identity or disability. So, first off, let's just look at some examples. Let's look at some examples of DEI, just random. I'll give you like three or four, okay? So, programs for students with handicaps that allow them to be seen and helping level the playing field with able-bodied students, okay? Allowing a student a little extra time, allowing a student to sit a little closer, allowing a student to take a test in a time where you might not be able to take a test. That's DEI. Because once again, going by the term, underrepresented or subject to discrimination based on identity or disability. You people are stupid. You people are stupid. Because you whittle it down to make it seem like DEI is all about race, but race is only a very small part of DEI, and half the time race is not even in the picture. Posting jobs in multiple places so that it engages the widest audience. Bias awareness training. Sexual harassment training. Oh, that's not DEI. Yes, it is. Because we have a long history in this country where sometimes women don't feel comfortable in the workplace. So therefore, you have to train stupid individuals. You have to train them to make sure that they're not giving harassing comments because they might not know. That's DEI. Flexible and remote working arrangements when needed. Yep, that's DEI. Oh my gosh. You haven't said anything about black people. Right. Because that's what you always make it about. It's not always about black people. Oh my gosh. So let's talk about some laws and legislation. So the Americans with Disabilities Act under George H.W. Bush, it requires employers to provide reasonable accommodations to employees with disabilities and imposes accessibility requirements on public accommodations. DEI. In 2009, in response to calls for the United States government to do more for disabled veterans returning from conflicts in Iraq and Afghanistan, Barack Obama signed Executive Order 13518, which established the Veterans Employment Initiative to enhance recruitment and retention of veterans in the federal workforce. DEI. In support of DEI hiring during the first term of Donald Trump, remember, woke mind virus. We're getting rid of DEI. These are quotes. These are quotes from the man. The Office of Civil Rights of the Federal Aviation Authority, the FAA, on April 11th, 2019, announced a pilot program to help people with disabilities for careers in air traffic operations. DEI. That's what it is, folks. And I'm not complaining about any of these things. So here's the thing. Why does DEI get a bad rap? So some could say that it's overdone, but here's the thing. I feel like it's only overdone when it involves black people benefiting. Why is that the case? Because if we look at Kamala Harris, who was the first female vice president and the first woman of color, then she gets associated with DEI with, quote, she was a DEI hire, even though she's more qualified than our current president. So, and I will also say that some of these companies that did implement these DEI policies, they're performing. They're performing. Or sometimes where you just have the token black person, you're performing. But here's the thing, at the end of the day, DEI is a great thing. It levels the playing field. It makes sure that individuals that should have benefits are getting benefits. It makes sure that individuals are not getting overlooked due to things that are beyond their control. What some of you have done is to just attach all of these gross, incredulous things about it that simply aren't true because you have an agenda. Peace out.